Hello there, I'm Gary Foster and welcome back to episode 33 of What Price Victory. And today it's the big dance. Yep, it's the grand final between Melbourne Victory and Adelaide. It's going to be an original Rivals grand final with Melbourne Victory drawn as the home team. I can just give a quick recap on the competitions and the final series, just to show you how that all came about. In the elimination round, Phoenix had a good victory away to Perth, and Melbourne City had a 5-1 victory over Wanderers. In the next round, semi-final, which is basically a grand final qualifying round, Adelaide United needed penalties to beat Melbourne City, and Melbourne Victory had that 1-0 win over Phoenix. So that's where we've come to today, and this is the team that'll be taking the field. Familiar looking lineup, because thankfully we haven't been blighted by injury. So we've got Acton in goal, Nishikawa, Ansell, Bagulio and Grant in defence. We've got Teague, Metcalf and Kurta in midfield. Lawton and Italiano are our wide attacking players, and we've got our youngster Skiri up front. We've got plenty of backup on the bench, plenty of experience, and I'll also be looking at Laurie Latanzio perhaps to be featuring a little bit in this game. So yep. Right, so we'll submit this team and we'll be ready to play. Yengi, the Adelaide striker, he's going to be their danger man. The favourites for a reason. Let's do a little bit of pumping. Yeah, maybe do the revenge talk, because Adelaide beat us in the latter part of the season. Okay, submitting the team. Go for the revenge trick, because Adelaide beat us, I think it was in the second last round of the in the regular season. So we'll go for a bit of revenge, even though we are drawn as the home team. So Adelaide and Victory are the two best teams, although I think we did Adelaide a lot of favours by beating Melbourne City, so they could get into second spot. Anyway, Metcalf on the ball. Grant hooking it through to Lawton with a good header into the top corner. Well done. Well done. So I mentioned in a previous video that I might make this a standalone video, because if it does go to extra time and penalties, it does drag it out a little bit. You can see the ball coming over there, and a good header from Lawton about 12 or 13 yards out. We'll make this a standalone video, because we may be able to do a post-season wrap before the second leg of the Asian Championship, which will be against Rosa. So we'll that's the tactic for this game, or for this particular video anyway. So Italiano back to goal, searching ball across to Kurta. Oh, good channel run by Lawton, and he tucks it in. Okay, 2-0 up so early in the game. That's a good start. It's Metcalf, Italiano with his back. I thought he would have gone down the wing, but Kurta with the money ball. He's going to sign a new contract with us, Kurda, as is Laurie Latanzio. And there's a couple of future transfers I think we've got coming in as well. So Lawton, 2 goals. I'd be surprised if he wasn't our player of the year. So I think we should give a little bit of praise. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Thing is, not for any injuries, so okay, so okay, coming up towards half time, we've got Grant on the ball. Baculio, Kurda with his back to goal. Lawton. Nice little triangle there, all playing keepsies. Searching ball up for Skiri, but yeah, that was nothing in particular. So it'd be nice if we kept Adelaide away from our goal. Ansell with a good defensive header. Lawton in a bit of space. Out wide. No, back to Kurda. Back to Lawton. Metcalf, he cracks them from here and there he goes. Well done. Okay. Okay, 3-0 up in a grand final before half time. That's quite unusual. Here we have Kurda. Okay, but this is where Metcalf hits them from, the top of the D. And yeah, 3-0 up. Okay. That's good. So I'll check there. Playing with an inverted midfield. I think that'd be changing if they're 3-0 down. Okay, so do a little bit of pumping. Why can't we pump? Why can't we encourage? It's praise. Macarena. It's pretenders. Hands together. Point the finger. I think we'll be calm. I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up. Okay, so I mean the Asian Cup game is important, but oh, there's a goal from Ansell who's come up from the back. Okay, an early goal after half time, so I must admit this is actually quite surprising. Italiano launches the kick in, and Ansell, he had a lot of players around him. He gets the header. Nah, not even close, Your Honour. Okay, so Adelaide with a throw. Oh, won by Kurda quite easily. It's Skiri. Skiri on the ball. Lawton's gone inside, but Skiri loses out. Okay, Banculio. Metcalf, good ball. Skiri gets on the other side. Yes, there he goes. 5-0. And young Skiri gets another one. So he's going to be scoring more goals than his age. Yeah, good running, good direct running, found the channel. Okay, so when do I think about protecting the players for the next leg? I'm looking at maybe protecting Italiano. Yaya Dukley. Kurda, I've got options. Skiri. Okay. This might leave that for another 10 minutes, around the 75th minute. Okay, that was pretty insipid turnover. Long hopeful ball through to Yengi, he's onto it, but yeah, poor finish again by Yengi. It's not had the opportunities had against us in the regular season. Okay, so Skiri can come off, and it's time for Burkitt to try to impress me. I dare not take Lawton off because he's on a hat trick, and he might get a little bit antsy with me if I hook him. Bit of praise, I guess, guys. Won't go astray. Okay, building it up. Metcalf gives it away. Yengi. It's probably the clearest opportunity he's had. He bears in on goal, and good save by Acton. Stood tall. Well done. Okay, so man mark him. 9 minutes to go, if you want. Okay, he's been kept on side again, and he would have had to score eventually. Yengi, he's a very good player. We scouted him during the transfer window, but looking to make a signing. But he's actually got a long-term contract, and in the A-League you only do player swaps or free transfers or loan deals, and Adelaide weren't in any mood to let him go. Okay, so looking at maybe a lucky last. Who am I looking at? Lawton, Dukley, Kurda. Kurda, I might bring on Barnett. Give you a run, because he's been a bit short of a run, but I mean, come on in a grand final with 5 minutes to go. Okay, there we go, 5-1. An emphatic grand final win. Here's the Victory boys coming up. Referees have stayed behind. Yeah, Captain Courageous. Well done, son. Yeah, have a bit of silverware. There you go. Thanks, boss. No worries. 3, 2, 1. Us! Thank you very much. Okay, a grand final win. We've been the best team in the A-League all season, so I think it's only fair that we do a little bit of a victory lap here in front of the fans, and that's got to all go well for next year. So as you can see, everybody played well, as you would expect. Man of the match performance, obviously Brandon Lawton. Yeah, 2 goals. Yeah, quite impressive. So we'll just go into the dressing room. We'll all get into the bath and have a cuddle, and we can say very happy. Okay. Let's just go into the inbox and okay. Looks like there's a little bit of admin to do, and then there might be a season recap. So let me do a little bit of that, and I'll come back for the season recap, because that should be happening before our next game against Higashisaka. Okay, so some statistics and recaps have come through on Victory's season. We've had advice that the crowd, or the average crowd that we had for the season, was a new A-League record, 28,587. So that's an improvement on the just over 28,000 that we had before. And it's really no surprise that even in real life, Victories, even though their performances may be not the highest standard that they've set themselves, they are well supported. So there's a little bit of rubbish there about Higashisoka's upcoming game tomorrow. There we've got Grabovic. He's one of our youngsters. Yengi named the A-League Golden Boot Award winner. He was the striker in the grand final that you just saw. But Brian Lawton, who actually came third with 12 goals, was pretty impressive, because he's predominantly a wide player. So that was good news. Jacob Italiano has been voted the Young Player of the Year award, and he's now starting to play up to some of that reputation when I first signed him. Now, Matthew Acton, he's been named the A-League Goalkeeper of the Year. Now, the ironic thing is that I've had scouts out looking for a replacement goalkeeper, so Matthew Acton and Crocombe, they may not be with us next year, so this could be a little bit ironic, because we may be giving him away. I've been voted the A-League Manager of the Year award, so that's my first award. So yahoo, yay me. So that's something that the board would be on managerial points. I've not quite sort of figured out how they work. It's obviously on games and wins, but yeah, quite a significant gap. So they could have given me that trophy after a few games, I would have thought. Okay, Trimboli, he's the DOF. Yeah, thanks, Paul. Try and go out and find some good footballers for me, will you? The All-Star 11, no surprises, 9 of the 11 players. Now, this is really interesting. Probably no argument. I mean, Ryan Grant, he came to us halfway through the year. Yeah, okay. But Acton, Baghulio and Ansell, no dramas there. Teague, okay. Yeah, he's played well. Metcalf was a signing for us, and he's done really well. And Italio and Lawton out wide. But for goodness sake, Burkic, he couldn't even get a start, because Brandon Skiri and Laurie Latanzio was keeping him out. So for Burkic to be named as an all-star striker, I find extraordinary. I thought it would be Yengi, the Adelaide striker. I mean, he was the top scorer. So yeah, anyway, I don't quite understand that. Okay, so Melbourne Victory players have been named in the PFA Player of the Year, and so once again, that looks Yengi is the striker out there. So yeah, that's, you can't argue with that. As I said, defensively we're well set up. Burkick, he come onto the subs bench, as did Ryan Teague. Devlin, defensive midfielder. Yeah, hard to argue with those Victory players that are in there. Okay, so that's a little bit of admin to do. Loan players are ready to come back. So that's a wrap. We can just go back quickly to the competitions and the A-League regular season, where we were crowned as champions, and we won the comp with 15 points, and we sort of wrapped it up with 5 games to go, and we comprehensively beat Adelaide in the final, or the grand final. So look, that's a wrap for the regular season. There may be another post-game animation coming up, but I'll see I'll see if and when that comes up, because the end of the season and the beginning of the new season gets a little bit blurred with these AFC games coming into it. So look, we'll wind it up there. Thank you very much for watching this grand final edition of What Price Victory. I'm Gary Foster. We'll catch up with you shortly. All the best now.